Welcome to Yatimkhana and Madrasa, Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Camp Pune 1. Myself, Dr. Arif Tamboli, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electronic Science. Students, today we are going to study the topic which is called as block diagram of rectifier circuit and half-wave rectifier. So today's our focus will be for block diagram of rectifier circuit and half-wave rectifier. So you might have been heard that rectifier circuit is an electronic circuit which converts AC voltage into DC voltage. And today we are going to study in detail all various blocks of rectifier circuit and half-wave rectifier in detail. So look at the block diagram of this rectifier circuit. So this is the block diagram of rectifier circuit. So in this block diagram of rectifier circuit, the input is your AC voltage source, VAC. And all of you know that voltage AC is having two terminal, namely live and neutral. So this AC input voltage in India, it is 230 volt AC, is applied to the transformer. And normally in case of rectifier circuit, transformer is used to convert high AC voltage into low AC voltage. High AC voltage into low AC voltage. It can also be used as low AC voltage into high AC voltage, but in rectifiers normally in our laboratory we use high AC voltage to low AC voltage, that is step down transformer. And output of transformer, remember here, see, it is VAC, means AC voltage only. And this step down AC and this step down AC is given to the rectifier circuit. And there are three rectifiers: half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier. And output of rectifier is DC, that's why there are fixed polarity plus and minus. Now this output of rectifier circuit, which is DC, is given to the filter circuit, where capacitor is used as a filter for having a smooth DC. And last block is called your load resistor RL, and load resistor RL is nothing but an electronic circuit. So this is a component, and here we are treating that component as an electronic circuit to which we are applying the converted DC voltage, upper terminal plus and lower minus. So overall there are how many blocks? 5 blocks. So let us go to that here. The block diagram of rectifier circuit consists of 5 blocks, namely number 1 AC voltage source VAC, number 2 transformer, number 3 rectifier circuits such as half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, number 4 capacitor as a filter, and last block is called load resistor RL. Last block is the load resistor RL, which is nothing but an electronic circuit, and this is your block diagram of rectifier circuit. In India, AC voltage is 230 volt AC. In India, AC means voltage is 230 volt AC, and it is applied to the primary of transformer. So here it is applied to the primary of transformer, voltage AC, live and neutral, 230 volt AC. Transformer converts high AC voltage of 230 volt AC into low AC voltage. So this is the job of transformer in case of laboratory rectifier circuits which we are using. Transformer does not convert AC voltage into DC voltage, and this is very important. Transformer does not convert AC into DC. Transformer only converts high AC voltage of 230 volt AC into low AC voltage in case of step down transformer, and in case of step up, vice versa. Frequency of input AC and output AC voltage of transformer is same. So this is again one important parameter about transformer. It only converts the high voltage AC into low voltage AC, but it does not affect the frequency, or it does not changes the frequency. Frequency of input AC voltage and output AC voltage of transformer is same. And here we have given the two example. Example is the one step down transformer. In step down transformer, all of you know that the number of turns in primary, which is called winding in primary, is having large, and number of turns, that is winding in secondary, are small, and that is called, it is a step down transformer. So here you see the amplitude of this signal and magnitude of this signal is large and this signal is less magnitude, and it is called low AC voltage. So primary, secondary, input 230 volt is applied to the primary, live and neutral, and because of having a less number of turns in secondary, the output AC voltage is less, and this is called step down transformer. And there is one more transformer which is called step up transformer. See here the name, step up transformer, which is having number of turns in primary less and number of turns in secondary are more. So number of secondary turns in secondary are large. Therefore, in case of step up transformer, low AC input voltage, low AC input voltage is converted into high AC input output voltage, into high AC output voltage. See here the magnitude of this signal is very large. This is positive peak, this is negative peak, and this magnitude is very large as compared to the magnitude of an input voltage. And these are the two types of transformer. We are widely using step down transformer. And normally what happens, that is what I have tried to explain you here. Normally the 230 volt AC is applied to the primary of the coil, means transformer, to the primary of the transformer, and live and neutral, these are the two terms. Neutral is electrically neutral, and what we say normally in case of understanding of rectifier circuit, the secondary voltage, here it is a step down transformer, the secondary voltage is less than the primary voltage. And here what we say normally, when upper terminal is positive of secondary of transformer, the lower is negative, and when lower terminal is positive, the upper is negative. And this is only in case of magnitude of comparison of neutral with the magnitude of positive voltage and negative voltage at live terminal. Therefore, now here if you say this is a live terminal, upper terminal, when live terminal is in positive half cycle and this is suppose neutral, so when you compare 0 volt of the neutral with all positive magnitude, when you compare 0 volt of neutral with all positive magnitude, then neutral becomes negative. Neutral becomes negative, means magnitude of the neutral is negative as compared to all positive magnitude at live terminal, and vice versa. When live is going in negative, when live is going in negative minus, and 0 is the neutral voltage, and when you compare 0 with negative value, which is what at live terminal, then as compared to all negative values, 0 becomes positive. 0 becomes positive, and therefore we say when negative terminal, when live terminal is going in negative half cycle, then neutral becomes positive. Neutral becomes positive in magnitude wise only, but neutral is electrically neutral, and this will help you in understanding the rectifier circuits. Rectifier circuit converts AC voltage into DC voltage. Rectifier circuit converts AC voltage into DC voltage, and this is what our third block. And very important component in rectifier circuit is diode. Diode is used as active component which passes current in only one direction. And diode is what very important component in all rectifier circuits. Because of diode only, the current passes in only one direction and current does not passes in opposite direction, and that is what we call direct current, that is DC current. So here diode is used as active component which passes current in only one direction, and here we have shown you that anode of the diode, cathode of the diode, when positive half cycle is going on at the anode of diode, when positive half cycle is going on at the anode of diode, it behaves as closed switch. It behaves as closed switch, means it is a semiconductor component and it offers very less resistance in few ohm. Therefore, we called it as a closed switch. And same diode, when you connect a negative half cycle at the anode, or when at the anode of the diode negative half cycle is going on below 0 in minus, anode becomes minus, and then diode behaves as open switch. And this is a beauty of a diode, that it does not allow to flow the current in reverse direction, and therefore it is called active component, and it is playing very important role in rectifier circuit. Last block, second last block is called your capacitor. Capacitor is used to filter or to minimize the ripple, and it produces smooth DC voltage. Capacitor is used as a filter to minimize the ripple, and it produces smooth DC voltage. And last block in the rectifier circuit's block diagram is load resistor is nothing but an electronic circuit which to which DC voltage is applied. An electronic circuit to which DC voltage is applied. Now what we'll do it here, we'll try to understand the behavior of a PN junction diode or the response of a PN junction diode to the AC voltage. And here let us understand that now this is our AC voltage which is having live and neutral VAC, but this AC voltage we have taken the peak voltage, VP means peak voltage, positive peak, is equal to 10 volt, and that positive peak voltage of 10 volt we are applying to the anode of the diode. But remember, this is AC voltage source. Therefore, after positive half cycle, negative half cycle will also continue, and negative peak will be minus 10 volt. Positive peak is plus 10 volt, which I have taken into consideration. Now it is very simple circuit which is having only three parts. Part number one is the AC input voltage, part number two is called diode, and part number three is called resistor, load resistor. So here, if you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, what it says, Kirchhoff voltage law says that the total applied input voltage is equal to the voltage across each and every component in that circuit. And in this circuit now, there are only two components other than input voltage source, and the two components is nothing but diode and resistor. Therefore, here, if you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, then you will say that voltage across diode plus voltage across RL, is equal to VP. And therefore, here now, look at the output. Here, in this case, this circuit diagram we are going to study in detail next slide only. So here, in this case, during positive half cycle, when anode voltage becomes greater than 0.7, during positive half cycle, when anode voltage becomes greater than 0.7, diode will conduct and current will start flowing through RL. And here, positive half cycle will appear across RL. And when negative half cycle starts, voltage goes in minus, so anode is minus, so diode will not conduct and current will not flow through the load resistor. So when current is not flowing, voltage across RL will be 0 volt here during negative half cycle. And here now, what is the maximum voltage? Here the peak voltage, that is the maximum voltage of the input. And what will be the maximum voltage of the output? So maximum voltage of the output will be very simple here. The applied input voltage here is equal to VP, means 10 volt. Applied input voltage is equal to 10 volt. So 10 volt equal to voltage across diode plus voltage across RL, and voltage across RL is nothing but this VM. Voltage across RL is nothing but VM, means maximum voltage. Therefore, VM is given by equation VM is equal to VP minus 0.7 volt. VM is equal to VP minus 0.7 volt, you can say that. Or in another language, if you rearrange the term, VP is equal to VM plus 0.7 volt, and VP is nothing but the applied input voltage. VM is the voltage across RL, and 0.7 volt is the voltage across diode. So important factor which I want to communicate you here is the maximum voltage at the output of rectifier circuit, that is half wave. Here it is, the maximum voltage at the output of rectifier circuit is how much? Peak voltage applied by you minus 0.7. Peak voltage applied by you minus 0.7. And why there is a loss of 0.7 volt? Because of the diode. So here maximum voltage VM is your 9.3 volt, because VP our is how much volt? 10 volt. And this, if you understood this, then we are going to derive the equation for VDC, DC voltage at the output of any rectifier circuit. So it is a half wave rectifier circuit. So VDC at the output of rectifier circuit, when we derive, we required VM. What is the maximum voltage at the output of half wave rectifier circuit? So now you just remember this. We are going to study this in detail in the last portion slide of this particular lecture. Now let us start for half wave rectifier without filter. Half wave rectifier without filter. So circuit diagram you see here, there is a live terminal, there is a neutral terminal, and this is a step down transformer, and output of transformer is AC voltage only. Output of transformer is AC voltage only, and this AC voltage is applied to the diode D, and then there is RL. So the circuit diagram is very simple. AC voltage source between live and neutral, transformer, then diode, and then load resistor RL. So here there is no filter capacitor because it is a half wave rectifier without filter. And then what happens here, whatever I am going to explain you here now, everything is mentioned in the uh, script in the next slide. So here, during positive half cycle of an AC input signal, the diode starts conducting after 0.7 volt. The diode starts conducting after 0.7 volt, and current will start flowing through the diode, and that current will pass through the load resistor RL. And therefore, during positive half cycle, whatever the magnitude of the positive half cycle Vp, or whatever the magnitude of positive half cycle Vp, out of that 0.7 volt will be only the drop across diode. Out of that 0.7 volt will be only the drop across diode, and then remaining entire half cycle, positive half cycle, will appear across load resistor. Now during negative half cycle, all of you know very well, during negative half cycle, anode of the diode becomes minus, and therefore this diode will not conduct and current will not flow through RL. And when there is no current flowing through RL, voltage V is equal to I into R. I is 0, therefore V is 0. So therefore you see here there is a 0 volt. During negative half cycle there is a 0 volt, and then again positive half cycle will appear. Next positive half cycle will appear across the load. But remember, this Vp and this is Vm, maximum voltage. So here output Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt. Output Vm, maximum voltage at the output of rectifier Vm, is equal to Vp minus 0.7, because Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 because 0.7 volt is the drop across diode. And here you'll observe that now this is the enlarged diagram. This is the input signal. This is the input signal which is having positive half cycle starting from 0 to pi, negative half cycle pi to 2 pi, and this will continue like this 3 pi, 4 pi. Look at this output. This is the output. At the output, what will be there? During positive half cycle, diode conducts, and positive half cycle will appear across RL, and this is the output. During negative half cycle, diode does not conduct, and voltage across RL is 0. So at the output voltage is 0 volt. Then again next positive half cycle, diode will conduct, and in this we will observe that here at the output only positive half cycles will appear, and negative half cycle will be removed by the diode. And here at the output you can say that like this here, positive half cycle 0, positive half cycle 0, then positive half cycle 0. So this is called ripple. And the height of the ripple is equal to Vm, maximum voltage. Height of the ripple is equal to Vm, and what is Vm? Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt. And here frequency of ripple, because ripple is there, this is not a pure DC. Again we have to connect one filter, and then you will get ripple reduced. So here frequency of ripple, see here positive peak and then positive peak, negative half cycle is removed. So frequency of ripple is equal to the frequency of input signal. So time of input signal, you see here positive peak to positive peak, same time is there for the output ripple. Therefore frequency of ripple in half wave rectifier is equal to frequency of an input signal, and that is called 50 hertz, because in India AC mains frequency is 50 hertz. And here that is what I have explained you. It is given as shown in above diagram. The diode is connected to the AC voltage source VAC, which is secondary of transformer. So this is a diode which is connected to the AC voltage, which is the secondary of transformer. Primary is connected to 230 volt AC. When positive half cycle is going, at that time when positive half cycle is going, on, at that time anode of diode, at that time the diode starts conducting after 0.7 volt. So when positive half cycle is going on at anode of diode, at that time diode starts conducting after 0.7 volt. The current starts flowing through the diode as well as load resistor RL, and positive half cycle appears at output. But what is the maximum voltage of the positive half cycles here? Vm is equal to maximum voltage, and Vm is equal to VRL. Vm is equal to VRL means voltage across RL equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt. Vp is the input voltage applied to the anode of the diode, that is the secondary of the transformer's voltage. Now, during negative half cycle, at anode terminal of diode, diode does not conduct and current does not passes through diode as well as load resistor, and voltage at the output is zero. Therefore, negative half cycle will not appear at the output, that is VRL is equal to 0. The current flows through the load resistor is always in only one direction. The current flowing through the load resistor is always in only one direction, and this is called as direct current, that is DC. The upper terminal of resistor is positive of DC voltage and lower terminal is negative of DC voltage, because direction of current is always what? Same from anode to cathode of the diode. Diode does not conduct in reverse direction during negative half cycle. Therefore, upper terminal of resistor is positive and lower is negative. So direction of current is only unidirectional. See a red arrow. So it is a downgoing arrow. Current always flow from positive to negative. And in this way here, the upper terminal of resistor is positive of DC and lower terminal is negative. As shown above, the negative half cycle is removed by the diode and it does not appear at the output, the output is not smooth. The output is not smooth because there is a ripple. And it consists of a ripple of positive half cycle only, because negative half cycle is removed, and it consists of ripple of positive half cycle, and magnitude, that is the height of ripple, is Vm. The height of the ripple is Vm, because this is the what? Maximum voltage. This is the maximum voltage, and that is the height of ripple is equal to Vm. And remember, Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt. 0.7 volt is the drop across diode. The frequency of ripple is same as the frequency of an AC input signal. The frequency of AC input voltage in India, it is how much? 50 Hz. Therefore, ripple frequency is also 50 Hz. To remove this ripple, and to obtain smooth DC, the capacitor is used as a filter. In half-wave rectifier, the current flowing through the transformer. Now here this is about transformer which you are talking. In half-wave rectifier, the current flowing through transformer. This is about transformer. In load resistor, current flows from positive to negative and only during positive half cycle. In half-wave rectifier, the current flowing through transformer is only during positive half cycle, and therefore utilization of transformer is less. Because see here, diode does not conduct in what direction? Reverse direction. Therefore, in case of secondary winding of transformer, the current flows through diode, through RL, and goes to again transformer. So direction of current will be like this. And this current will continue to flow only during positive half cycle. Current will not flow through this entire circuit during negative half cycle, because diode is open switch. During negative half cycle, and therefore it is said that transformer current passing through the transformer or current flowing through the transformer is only during positive half cycle, as well as current flowing through the RL is also only during positive half cycle, and during negative half cycle current does not flow through transformer. Therefore, transformer is not utilized efficiently, and that is the reason why it is called transformer utilization factor. TUF, transformer utilization factor, in half-wave rectifier is almost 50%. So here, now what we'll do it here, half-wave rectifier with capacitor as a filter will do. Now we'll try to remove the ripple. This ripple height is what Vm, and will you connect the capacitor? So here, half-wave rectifier with capacitor as a filter. Circuit is same, only here live, neutral, primary, secondary, diode. Only after diode there is a capacitor C. And RL is again there. Remember, here again the current flows from upper terminal to the lower terminal of resistor R. This is plus terminal and this is minus terminal. Here plus is what? Because when positive half cycle is going on at the anode of the diode, here plus is because positive half cycle when it is going out at the anode of the diode, therefore this terminal is plus and neutral is 0, that is it is stated as a minus. So now here what will happen? What is the role of capacitor? When positive half cycle is going at the anode of the diode starts conducting after 0.7 volt of an input signal, that is positive half cycle, and current start flowing through the diode. That current goes through RL and current also goes to capacitor, and capacitor gets charged. Therefore current pass through RL during positive half cycle. Now during negative half cycle, what happens here? This will become minus, anode will become minus and cathode will become plus. So during negative half cycle, diode will behave as open switch, and when diode behaves open switch, the capacitor gets disconnected from input. And the capacitor which is already charged will discharge through the RL, and therefore during negative half cycle, when capacitor is here, the current will continue to flow through the RL. Because of discharge of capacitor. Because capacitor has already charged during positive half cycle, and therefore the height of ripple is reduced, because in this case the current flowing through the load resistor RL is not zero as compared to the earlier case where there was no capacitor. So current is flowing, therefore height of the ripple will be reduced. And see here, now during positive half cycle the capacitor is charged. So here it is shown, during positive half cycle charging of capacitor takes place from this portion to that portion, you can say. And when capacitor was not there, this current was zero, means voltage was zero, not literally. But now this blue line you see here, this blue line is called discharge of capacitor. And when capacitor discharges, the current will continue to flow through RL because diode is open, and now the charged capacitor will produce the voltage, and now charged capacitor plus and minus will produce the voltage to RL, and therefore this capacitor will discharge through RL. So here you can see this. During positive half cycle, when diode was closed switch, the capacitor was charged. During positive half cycle, when diode D was closed switch, capacitor was charged, upper terminal plus, lower minus. And when during negative half cycle, diode behaves as an open switch. As I said, capacitor gets disconnected from input. This capacitor now see here discharge through RL. This capacitor is now discharged through RL, and this is the discharge path shown by the blue circle. So here, as shown above, the capacitor charges during positive half cycle when diode is conducting and it was behaving as a closed switch, and during negative half cycle when diode is open switch, capacitor discharges through load resistor RL. Therefore, the current through load resistor RL will continue to flow. During negative half cycle due to discharging of capacitor, and magnitude, that is the height of ripple, is reduced. The magnitude that is the height of ripple without capacitor was how much it is? Vm, because there was only pulses. The magnitude or the height of the ripple without capacitor was how much? Here Vm, because there was only positive half cycle and then 0 volt. But now this 0 volt will be removed because capacitor is discharged. And now here, see here, the magnitude, that is the height of ripple without capacitor is Vm, and with capacitor it is less. And here you will understand now. See here, after connecting the capacitor, we anticipate that output should be like this, a straight DC line, but that is ideal concept. After connecting the capacitor C, we feel that output voltage DC should be smooth DC, but here that is not smooth. A practical is like this. So capacitor is what? Charge during positive half cycle and discharge during negative half cycle. This is a discharge path which I already shown you. Then again positive half cycle appears, then again capacitor charges and then discharges. So you see here, this is not coming to zero. This is not coming to zero, and that is what here in magnified form, this is the ripple now. See here, this is the starting point of the capacitor to charge and this is the end point. So now even though capacitor discharges, this is the last point. So here if you draw the line like this, then you'll get upper line is like this and lower line is like this, and this is called your ripple. So height of ripple, you see here, it is very less as compared to the height of ripple without capacitor. Without capacitor, the height of ripple is here, it is Vm, this much, and with capacitor the height of ripple is very less. So this much is the height of the ripple. Now after understanding this, we'll come to conclude that half wave rectifier converts AC voltage into DC voltage, and the ripple of the DC voltage will be very less if you connect the capacitor, means half wave rectifier with capacitor as a filter. Now we'll study the various parameters associated with the rectifier circuit. All these parameters are also associated with full wave rectifier as well as bridge rectifier. So let us see one by one. Ripple factor. Ripple factor is defined as the ratio of AC voltage at the output of rectifier to the DC voltage at the output of rectifier. So here AC voltage at the output of rectifier to the DC voltage at the output of rectifier only, means in another language, ripple factor will give the information about amount of AC present in DC, amount of AC present in DC at the output of rectifier. So if there is no AC, then your rectifier is very good quality because it is converting 100% AC into DC. But if there is small AC in millivolt and DC is large in volt, then it is good. So here ripple factor is equal to amount of AC voltage at output of rectifier divided by amount of DC voltage at the output of rectifier. Both parameters are at the output. Ripple factor is a ratio of voltage to voltage, therefore it does not have unit, and in case of an ideal rectifier, the ripple factor is 0. Ripple factor should be 0, but in practical rectifier the value is very less. So this is the first parameter, ripple factor. Second is the peak inverse voltage. It is defined as the maximum reverse voltage applied to the diode during reverse bias condition. So peak inverse means reverse in short. It is defined as the maximum reverse voltage applied to the diode during reverse bias condition. In half wave rectifier, it is minus Vm. It is minus Vm. In full wave rectifier, it is minus 2 Vm, and in bridge rectifier again it is minus Vm. So now we'll concentrate only for half wave rectifier. It is minus Vm because during negative half cycle, the diode, here see, during negative half cycle the diode will not conduct, and therefore reverse voltage appearing will be minus Vm, Third parameter, which is called your DC voltage. At the output of half wave rectifier circuit. So how much DC voltage will be there at the output of half wave rectifier circuit? So now here I have again shown you the diagram without filter. So here there is a ripple. Now what will be the magnitude of DC voltage at the output of half wave rectifier circuit? That is called VDC. So look at this graph. Here you will observe that. Now look at the output. The output is having positive half cycle, then 0, then positive half cycle, then 0. So here during positive half cycle current starts flowing through RL, and during negative half cycle current does not flow if there is no capacitor. During negative half cycle current does not flow through RL if there is no capacitor, and if there is a capacitor current will flow. So our one cycle will be from where to where? Our one cycle will be from 0 to 2 pi. But remember, from 0 to pi only the current flows. Of course we are talking about without capacitor, and pi to 2 pi current will not flow, therefore VDC is given by the equation. You will understand VDC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi 1 upon 2 pi, this is the one cycle, and integration of 0 to 2 pi, integration of 0 to 2 pi, Vm means maximum voltage into sine theta d theta. Why sine theta? Because we are applying sinusoidal waveform, sine waveform as an AC input signal. Therefore, this equation is very important. Vdc is equal to 1 upon 2 pi. One cycle is of the order 0 to 2 pi. Integration of 0 to 2 pi Vm sine theta d theta. Now we will simply go on solving this equation and you will get the magnitude of VDC. You will get the magnitude of VDC. It is the entire mathematics. Only first equation you remember, DC voltage at the output of half rectifier is given by equation 1 upon 2 pi. Integration of 0 to 2 pi. Why 0 to 2 pi? Because positive half and negative half, that is one cycle. Vm into sine theta d theta. And now what we'll do, into bracket we'll put this here. Here you see 1 upon 2 pi as it is, 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi means here see 0 to pi and then pi to 2 pi. So this will divide into two part, 0 to pi and then pi to 2 pi, because this is total 180. Pi means 180 degree and 2 pi means 360 degree. And therefore here if you divide that here, 0 to pi Vm sine theta d theta plus next integration is now from pi to 2 pi. Next integration is from pi to 2 pi Vm sine theta d theta. And here now Vm is what? Vm is the maximum voltage. So Vm is a constant. Vm is a constant because only one point is going to attain the maximum voltage. So Vm will take out of the integration sign. Vm will take out of integration sign and Vm will take common. So Vm divided by 2 pi into square bracket 0 to pi sine theta d theta plus pi to 2 pi sine theta d theta. Now all of you know integration of sine x is minus cos x. Integration of sine x is what? Minus cos x. And here 0 to pi will be your limit. Upper limit minus lower limit will do that. Now proceed for that here. So you will understand now here. The second term why we have written as a 0? Because from pi to 2 pi, no current flows through RL. From pi to 2 pi, no current here. Pi to 2 pi, no current flows through RL. So voltage is 0. Therefore, we have written here directly 0. And if you solve this, again you will get the answer 0 only. So we will not waste time in solving this pi to 2 pi, because we know that the current is not flowing during negative half cycle. So integration of sine theta d theta is minus cos theta is what? Minus cos theta. Integration of sine theta d theta is minus cos theta and limit is 0 to pi. Now upper limit minus lower limit, but when you are performing this calculation, be careful. This is very simple. Vm upon 2 pi into bracket. Now here you see minus cos theta is equal to minus cos pi. Upper limit is pi, then minus lower limit cos 0. So in this way here this 0 term is there. Now all of you know that here if you take this minus sign over here like this, then cos pi is nothing but minus 1. Cos pi is nothing but minus 1. This minus sign is here, and cos 0, sin 0 is equal to 0, but cos 0 equal to 1. So this cos 0 is 1, and this minus sign is because upper limit minus lower limit, this minus sign. So into bracket you will get minus 1 minus 1, you will get minus 2, then minus 2, and outside the bracket, because integration of sin x dx was minus cos x, and therefore you will get here answer is called plus 2. So minus 2 and then minus and then plus 2, and VDC equal to Vm upon 2 pi. VDC is equal to Vm upon 2 pi, and that will be very simple here. So this plus 2 and this plus 2 will get cancelled, and VDC is equal to Vm upon pi. So here final answer is your DC voltage across half wave rectifier circuit. DC voltage across half wave rectifier circuit is Vm maximum. Now what is Vm? In beginning only we have told you Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt. Vm is equal to Vp minus 0.7 volt, and this is the pi. And you can calculate the DC voltage if Vm is given. If Vm is given or if Vp is given, pi, you know all of you that pi is a constant 3.17. Now here try to understand, this is your positive half cycle appearing across RL, negative half cycle will not appear, then again positive half cycle is appearing, and this is VM. This is VM, and VM is what? Less than VP, because 0.7 volt is the drop across diode. VM is less than VP because 0.7 volt is the drop across diode. And now here look at this line, dotted line, average DC voltage, that is called your VDC. Average DC voltage is VDC, Vm upon pi. Vm upon pi means average DC voltage is further less than Vm. Vm average DC voltage is further less than Vm, and in this way this is the formula. Now there is one last topic which is called DC current, that is IDC at the output of half wave rectifier. How much DC current will flow through RL? And it's very simple, using V is equal to I into R. It is Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. Current flowing through any resistor, will be given by voltage upon resistor. So here I is equal to V by R, but we are calculating IDC is equal to VDC divided by R, means RL, and this is VDC. Now VDC just we calculated 1 minute before only. VDC is equal to Vm upon pi. VDC is equal to Vm upon pi. Therefore, I is equal to V divided by R. IDC is equal to V divided by RL, because output resistor RL is there, and VDC is equal to Vm upon pi. Therefore, IDC equal to Vm upon pi into RL. IDC is equal to Vm divided by pi into RL. And here in half wave rectifier, only one diode is used. And due to that reason, this is IDC and VDC. VRMS, root mean square value. VRMS is Vm divided by 2. This we are going to derive it separately. But in case of, just you remember this here, but in case of full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, two diodes are used. Therefore, root mean square value of voltage, RMS value is different than VDC. VDC is something different and RMS value is something different. In case of full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, VRMS is equal to Vm upon root 2. Vm divided by root 2 equal to 0.707 into Vm. 1 upon root 2 is 0.707 into Vm. And with this, today we will conclude that we have studied a half wave rectifier in a very systematic manner, as well as block diagram of rectifier circuit, and we have also studied half wave rectifier with capacitor as a filter and without capacitor. Means only with resistor R. When you connect the capacitor, what will happen? Ripple will reduce. Height of the ripple, which is also called magnitude of the ripple, will be reduced. And when you don't connect the capacitor, the ripple is maximum, and that ripple is equal to Vm. So to improve the quality of the DC, at the output of half wave rectifier circuit, always capacitor C is connected in parallel to the load resistor RL. And that capacitor C gets charged when diode D is conducting, and when diode D is not conducting, the capacitor gets discharged through load resistor RL, and current will continue to flow through load resistor RL, and due to that reason only, the ripple height, that is the magnitude, is reduced. So you can watch the video again and again, and you can understand the concept of rectifier circuit, then various parameters of the rectifier circuit such as ripple factor, then VDC, then IDC, and so many other parameters which I have covered in this lecture. Thank you very much for watching the video.